welcome to another episode of Afro Scientific Spirituality. My name is Efe West, reaching you live and direct from the Isle of Africa. If this is your first time on this channel, you are highly welcome. This is the place where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstition, and the concept from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I'm going to be talking about the fear of spirits, why we should not be afraid of spirits, and why fear is not good in spirituality. This is a topic that is necessitated by the fact that I've been seeing so many new or prospective practitioners, as in people that want to come into spirituality, especially African spirituality. They are always expressing this fear of the spirits they want to come in contact with. They are always afraid. They don't know how to do things. Many of them have the impression, or they are under the notion that if you make any mistake in trying to make contact with spirits or African deities, you are going to be punished severely, or you are going to be killed, or your life will be totally destroyed. There seems to have this impression that spirits are very, very wicked, devious, malicious entities that they seems to hate humans, that all they want to do is that they seek ways, all they do is that they seek ways of inflicting pain or sadness upon the life of people, that most of the spirits don't like humans, and all they want to do is to hurt you. So they try to look for every simple excuse to torture you. And most of the spirits, they really don't really want anything to do with us. So we go to them asking for things or favors, and we are like in a begging position. So they believe that spirits have more power than humans, so that if they try to go to the spirits and they offend the spirits in any way, they are in serious problem. So as a result of that, many people are afraid. So I want us to clear this topic up today. The fact of the matter is that it is not true. Spirits do not seek to kill people or to torture people or to bring pains into our life. Contrary to that assertion, the opposite remains the case. If you will notice anything, you will find that the school of thoughts, or the people that have been pushing this sort of mindsets to the world, is Christianity. Christianity can be regarded as the religion that have declared war on all indigenous spiritual practices in the world. They have claimed that they are the most superior, that their worldview or their philosophy is right, that all others are wrong, and any practice that is not in line with Christianity is an evil or demonic practice. And they have claimed that their God, their only God, Jehovah, is the only true, supreme, pure God. All other gods on this planet are devilish, are evil, satanic, and it is only their God, Jehovah, Jesus Christ, and his cronies are the ones that can deliver you from any other spirit in this world. So they believe that when you make contact with any spirit that is not from their own pantheon of God, you are dealing with an evil spirit, and that the only thing this spirit wants is to destroy your life. This is the lie that Christianity has been propagating since they came into limelight. So they are the ones that have been pushing this ideology, this viewpoint, that every other spirit that is not from them is here to get you. That when you're making contact with them, that you are putting your life in danger. That once you are not in Christianity, you are no longer safe. Anything you do, you are on your own. You are exposing yourself to evil. That spirits are there. Every spirit had they want to get you. They want to get your soul. They want to destroy your life. They have nothing good for you apart from Christianity, apart from their own saints and angels. They claim that they are the good spirits and all others are bad. So over the years, they have been able to push this mindset, propagate this mindset into every part of the world. And people actually believe that apart from the Christian God, any other spirit they get in touch with is actually an evil spirit. So they believe that when they are dealing with other spirits outside Christianity, they are dealing with the devil. So they have this inherent fear inside them, this fear that have been put into them right from childhood, that have been put into them by society, by their ignorant parents that were Christians, by what they have been taught in schools their whole life. So people have been designed, or they have been grown with this fear inside them. So many people coming out of Christianity for the first time, they are always afraid to go into spirituality because they fear it's what is holding them back. It's what is holding their spiritual growth back. It's what is holding their mind. It's what is holding their own power. The fear that Christianity have created in them. So you see the danger of fear. Christianity, I can say, is the most evil religion in this world because of the destruction it has done. Christianity have killed more people, more than any disease, more than any plague, more than any natural disaster in this planet. Christianity is a cancer. It's a serious, serious problem. So we see the destruction every day. We see what the so-called Christians are doing to the world today, the Christians in action. We see their mindset, their worldview, very limited and myopic, very sad worldview. It is the worldview of white supremacy. And white supremacy is what is responsible for these problems we have in the world today. The aim of Christianity, putting fear in people, telling people not to make contact with any other spirits, especially indigenous spirits, as in elemental spirits of nature, spirits of the air, of the plants, of the animals, of the earth, is to divorce or to break all sort of spiritual contacts that humans naturally have with the planets. The aim of Christianity is to cut you off from your natural heritage, is to cut your natural contact or connection with the planet off, so that you will not have feeling for the planets. You will not feel connected to this world. You will not feel connected to any of the natural elements in this world. You will only be connected to this fake egregor, this blood-drinking Jehovah gods that have killed more people than all the plagues and cancers combined in the world. They want to cut you off. So the essence of them is to put fear into you, and they have succeeded in doing that. Okay? The essence is that if you are connected to the planets, you will not be connected to their religion. Okay? That is the general idea. They know this very well. They know this, that if you can be able to have contact with spirits, you don't need their Christian religion. You cannot be controlled. You cannot be manipulated by their lies and their bullshits. So this is the essence of them putting fear in you. Most of the horror movies that we see today, the big screen, most of them are sponsored by the Catholic Church. To be honest, they are sponsored by Christianity. All this to put fear into people. When you watch these movies of Ouija board, people making contact with spirits, and then bad things happen. If you always follow Hollywood, you will notice that there's a general notion or consensus that anytime people try to make contact with spirits, bad things happen. Only evil spirits come true. You will always see some ignorant kids. They will bring out a Ouija board. Then they will start making contact. And the next thing, it is always an evil spirit that always comes through and kills everybody. At the end of the day, a pastor or a priest will now be the one to save the day. This is the general theme of most horror movies that we see from Hollywood. Now, Nigerian stupid Nollywood have taken this into overdrive, whereby they have come out to destroy all African religious system, and then you see pastors saving the day, to God be the glory. This is always the term in Nollywood in Nigeria. African spirituality have been successfully portrayed as evil, demonic, and fetish, that something that nothing good can come out of, and only Christianity can save the day. This is a fear that they have put into people's mind. So I am not surprised when people always come to me with this fear that they want to make contact, even pouring libations to your ancestors. They are not even afraid to pour libations to their own ancestors. Can you imagine? It has gone to this level. So where is the hope for African spirituality when the fear of nothingness is greater than the truth? How are we going to solve this problem? Fortunately, this is part of the reason why this channel has been set up, to confront and expose this problem, explain it, to bring more light to it so that we can be able to understand what is going on. What you need to know that in real life, spirits are not hard to get you. We in spirituality, we even rarely see spirits, okay? Even forget about people that are in spirituality. There are people that work with death. Many times, ask a lot of doctors. Many doctors that treat patients in the hospital, they will tell you they don't even believe in God. They believe in what they see. They believe in bacteria, in virus, and pathogens. They know how to take care of human body, how to prevent sickness and illnesses. They know that cleanliness is next to godliness. They know how to prevent bacteria from attacking and destroying your vital organs. Many scientists, they don't even believe in God. But these are people that are at the forefront of advancements of evolution of this planet. Okay? No spirit have killed them. No spirit have killed any of them. There are even people that are in the business of war, that are killing people for a living. Soldiers, mercenaries, even billionaires that are spreading evil all over the world. They are still alive. No, they don't see spirits. Nobody have killed them. They are not even spiritual. What about people that work in mortuaries, that see dead bodies every day? Many of them too, they are not even believers. They are not even spiritualists. But nothing happens to them. You should ask yourself this question: why do spirits want to get me? What have I done? Have you offended any spirits in your life? Have you even seen anyone? Then why is it that they want to destroy you immediately you get contact with them? You should ask yourself this question: when did you start believing this? Where did you hear this from? How did you come into this knowledge that spirits are out to get you? As far as they are not Christian spirits, they are evil spirits. So the spirit of the plants that you have been eating is an evil spirit, right? So the plant will try to get you. Or maybe the animals you have been killing and eating all days of your life, the meats, they have not been how to get you. So which spirit is going to get you? Is it your ancestors, the one that gave birth to you, that are going to get you? So which spirits are we talking about that we get you? Is it your village deity, the deity that have been guiding your people since time immemorial? That is the one that is going to get you. Which of the spirits are actually how to get you? As far as I'm concerned, the only spirit that is actually how to get you is the one that is telling you that all other spirits are evil. It is the one of Christianity. The one that wants you to cut off from your culture, that wants you to cut off from nature, that wants you to cut off from the planet, that wants you to cut off from everything that holds true to you, that want to change your culture, change your name, that want to turn you into a caricature of something else. That is the Holy Spirit that is out to get you. The spirits that have always been deceiving your people since they make contact with your people. The spirit that is responsible for slave trade. The spirit that is responsible for the impoverishment of Africa. The spirit that is responsible for racism. The spirit that is responsible for all the wars on this planet that is setting people up. The spirits that are responsible for coming to destroy Iraq, for destroying Afghanistan, destroying Libya, that is also trying to destroy Ukraine and Russia as we speak. That is the Holy Spirit that is out to get you, okay? The evil spirits we are talking about today, they are human beings like me and you, okay? When you come to spirituality per se, spirits, they are like us. The only difference is that we are in human form, okay? You should not be afraid of any spirit more than you should be afraid of any man. Okay, we humans are more deadly and more dangerous than immaterial spirits. And I want to tell you one funny thing. Immaterial spirits, they do not have any power more than we human beings. And we say that both of us are kind of equal in a way. The only difference is that they see things more than us, because they operate from a fourth dimension and fifth dimension perspective. They can see the past, present, and future at the same time. We humans cannot be able to do that, in the sense that we are trapped in a physical body, meat, flesh. Maybe a few humans can have a glimpse once in a while. That is why they say they are seeing visions for people. We are limited by the fact that we are here to experience this physical world in a physical form. So our vision is very, very limited. That is why we have to find out things practically by ourselves. We have to make use of our common sense. We have to make use of logic, of deduction and induction. We have to go into scientific practice. We have to actually create things in physical form. So that is the main difference we have with the spirits that we are venerating. And when you are trying to make contact with spirits, fear should be the last thing that is in your mind or in your heart. Fear cannot lead you to anywhere. Fear will destroy your contacts. Even if you are working with so-called dark deities. Okay? The first thing you need to know about spirituality is that you are also an elemental spirit as a human being. Okay? As an elemental spirit, you have a very powerful sphere of influence upon this planet as well. You can be able to will things or wish things into existence. You can be able to create your reality, and you can be able to choose what you want to come into your life. That's why we make choices every day. Okay, so first of all, you need to know that you are a spirit, and you are not all weak. Somebody is telling you that you are nothing, you cannot be able to do anything without them. You need to come through their God. You need to come through a middleman before you can be able to do anything in this life. That you were born into sin. That person is a very big liar. That person is a rotten liar. That person is a maggot. Anybody that will tell you that you are born into sin, that person is a demon in human form. That is what you need to know. If humans can be born into sin, then animals can also be born in, they are all born into sin. A lion can give birth, a rat gave birth, a goat can give birth. Are you trying to tell me that all their offspring are also born into sin? What is different from an animal giving birth, a lion giving birth, and a human giving birth? Why is it the child of the human that have to be born into sin? Why cannot the child of a gazette be born into sin? Okay? When you plant a seed on the planet, on the head, on the soil, and you sprout a new tree, that tree too can also be born into sin, right? Now, if you are telling that sin is death, I will understand, but death is a natural part of life, and death is not sin. Okay? So, we humans, we are already a complete package made in the image and likeness of God. We are not born into any sin. So the human baby is a complete package. It's a God in human form. And the moment you start seeing yourself as that, everything changes. Any evil spirit that is trying to overlay their evil consciousness on you cannot have any power over you. So this indoctrination starts from birth, when a child is born, and then that child is now taken to an evil pedophile priest to be soaked in water, to be baptized by evil spirits into an evil religion that will entrap the mind of that child for the rest of the life of that child. That child has been put into a cage, dead on arrival, already cursed by an evil spirit. This is the problem we have today. For people that are coming into spirituality, that are beginning to wake up, you have to realize that all your life you have been under a curse that have been forced upon your parents, which your parents accepted out of negligence, out of ignorance, out of fear of what will people say. If I do not go to church, if I do not do as other people, they will say I'm the evil one. If I do not go to church, I cannot get a job, I cannot function in society. This curse have been transferred to your parents, and your parents happily and willingly transfer the curse to you. And now we accepted this, and many of us are transferring that curse to our children. As a spiritualist, somebody that have come into consciousness, you need to break this circle. You need to reject these evil spirits that have been trying to impact or impose himself on us. We need to start rejecting it. That is the essence of us coming into spirituality. Okay? That is the essence of why I am here today. When you realize this trend, this thing that have been happening, the first thing you need to do is to renounce these evil spirits, destroy all materials, all articles of this evil spirit in your house. You have to make sure that you don't pass this evil to your children. Okay? The box is on you. You should not make that mistake. Okay? This generational curse. What we have is generational ignorance. Now that you are coming to light, it is your responsibility to now reconnect back to source, reconnect back to your original spirituality, which is what we Africans have been practicing for thousands of years. If you find out that Christianity only came to Africa within the last 200 years, most of us that are practicing spirituality today, if we have been actually reincarnating back on this planet as Africans, then this should be your first lifetime as a Christian. Even your parents, this should be their first lifetime. All our previous lifetimes, they have probably been practicing African spirituality. Okay? When you are coming into African spirituality, it is always advisable, the first spirits that you need to make contact with are your ancestors. Okay? These are the spirits that you are actually physically representing on this planet. These are the people that you are carrying their DNA. Just like the Chinese people carry the DNA of the Chinese ancestors, the white people carry the DNA of their white Neanderthal ancestors. You Africans are carrying the DNA of your African ancestors. So the spirits you are contacting through libation, they are your parents. They are not your enemies, and they cannot hurt you. In fact, you are the last thing that they will ever think of hurting in this lifetime, because you are the one representing them physically. It's like you are the one that is now carrying the torch that will be passed to their next generation. So how can they be your enemies when you are the one representing them? Does it make sense? So anybody that is telling you that your ancestors are evil, your ancestors are demonic, you should not talk to them, you should not give them libation, you should not give them offering, that person is your biggest enemy. Any person that will tell you that you should not pour libation to your ancestors, just know that that person is your enemy, that person hates you, that person does not want your best interest at heart. That person should be chased out of your house. You cannot go to Asia, go to a place like Thailand or Japan and tell the Japanese man that he should not pray to his ancestors. You know what that means? Instantly, you are going to be deported. if they don't even kill you before you even leave that country. You cannot do that in India. Go to India and tell them that they should not pray to their ancestors, that their ancestors are evil and demonic. You cannot even mention that from your mouth. You want to die? Who do you want them to pray to? To you? But only in Africa that you are going to see this rubbish, that you will see people waking up wearing all kind of funny suits, carry a very dirty book called the Bible, and then they will tell you that your ancestors are evil. You should not pray to them, that they are the ones responsible for all the bad things happening in Africa. This is what they preach every day, they say, and people actually believe this stuff. It is high time we start rejecting this kind of mindset, kicking these people out of our life, kicking them out of our houses. Do not give them the time of day. For anybody to even mention that, that is an insult to you, to your person. But this is what happens in Africa. Africa is a free fall for all sort of trash. So you see this thing. When you go to India, you go to China, the same libations we pour in Africa, this is the same thing they do. I have been to so many countries in Asia, if not almost 10 of them. I see the same thing we do in Africa is what they do there. They give offerings to their ancestors. They believe in nature spirits. This is the basis of all their spiritual practice. But when it gets to the turn of Africa, it is evil. An Indian man will come to Africa, will come to Nigeria, he will tell you he's an Indian, he will be venerating his Hindu gods, he's accepted. A Chinese man will come, will be venerating his own gods, will be accepted. But immediately you Africans say that you want to venerate your own African god, you are the worst enemy, you are the worst person in the country. You are going to be orchestrated, you are going to be treated as an outcast, you are even going to be set up. In fact, people will be thinking of killing you. They'll be thinking of how to kill you and burn your house down. But an Indian man that is venerating his own ancestors will be treated as a rock star. This is what happens currently right now as we are speaking in Africa. So you need to see clearly what is going wrong and how we can be able to solve this problem. Your ancestors, they are not evil, okay? Your deities, your natural ancestral deities, elemental spirits, they are not evil spirits. Spirits of the air are not evil, okay? Spirits of the water, they are elemental spirits, they are not evil spirits. Spirits of the land, of the earth, they are not evil spirits too, okay? We have elemental spirits, these are not evil spirits. We have guardian deities, they are not evil spirits. These are spirits that our people have been venerating for thousands of years. They are the ones that have been guiding the destiny of Africa. They have been doing a very good job. The people that are causing problems in the continents, they are human beings. They are not the spirits. Okay? We are the ones that at the end of the day, we make the final decisions of what to do and what not to do. During the inception of slave trade, many Africans made wrong decisions, made uninformed decisions, and it was responsible for our calamity. Some others connive with foreigners to invade other tribes, thinking they are going to be strong forever. At the end of the day, it happened to everybody. The same thing is currently happening. Okay, it is not that our ancestors were venerating their African gods. That is why they were punished by these invaders. It is because our people failed to do the needful. Just as we are failing to do the needful now. Now you see African leaders taking loans up and down, refusing to develop their country. You will see an old man sitting in a chair, over 80 years old man, will not go to retirement. They still want to rule. They still want to keep on ruling till they die there. We see this every day. Is this the fault of the white man? Is this the fault of African spirituality? Is it not human greed we are seeing in action? We are witnessing right now another serious problem of people, of Africans that are being led into a third slavery. This is now debt slavery. We have seen countries taking loan again. In Nigeria is a perfect example. We have seen the evil people that are ruling the country. that with all the natural resources, they cannot create anything, enabling environment. They only believe in borrowing money. Now, when they cannot pay those monies, what do you think will happen? The debtors are going to come, and one day they are going to collect. When they come collecting, we are going to start giving them lands in Africa, lands in Nigeria, natural resources. And this is how we are going to be getting into slavery for a third time, which will naturally happen. And many of these Christians that are planning to go to heaven, they are going to be the ones that will be heavily impacted, because they are not going to be prepared for this third slavery, which will come. It will come. We just cannot change it, because all of you have accepted it in your collective consciousness. Instead of fighting to make your country a better place, you are praying to go to heaven. It's only in Nigeria that somebody will buy a disused factory or a land and will convert it into a church. Then the person will start praying for a job. It is only there that we see churches that are more in numbers than factories. Instead of people to be actually actively creating their own destiny, they are leaving it to other people to create for them, and they are praying to go to heaven. We're going to see this right now. Many of them are becoming pastors, becoming criminals. So many girls are now into prostitution. So many evils are going on in the land because we are not taking our destiny into our own hands. Instead of us thinking of how to actively develop things with our brain, with our mind and hands, we are praying to go to heaven. What will happen is that people that are creating their destiny will take over us naturally. So a third slavery is coming. Okay? So just be prepared for it. There is no escape. With the trajectory everything is taken to, we are still going in for a third round of slavery, Asian slavery this time, which will be far worse than the last two, because here you see yourself dying slowly, and this is what is very good for Africans. When you talk about African spirituality, you talk about how to practically change things. They will tell you, no, we are waiting for God. We are waiting for God. Everything is messing up every day, worse and worse. We are all waiting for God. Okay? So I have prayed too much. The main thing you need to know is that you should not be afraid of spirits. Okay? Spirits we deal with here are spirits that are connected to us naturally. Any notion, any ideology that is pushing the opposite is trying to cut you off from the spirit world. Okay? Your ancestors are not evil spirits. The Orishas are not evil spirits. The Voodoo Pantheon, they are not evil spirits. Okay? These are the spirits we make contact with. We don't make contact with spirits we don't know. We don't make contact with those Western spirits that we don't know where they come from. Okay? There are so many spirits we don't know where they come from. We should not make contact with them. We should only make contact with our African deities. That is the only deities that can help us, that can guide us with the Afrocentric path of self-empowerment and our spiritual, to enhancing our spiritual revolution and evolution. So you should not be seeing them as evil. When you call your ancestors, you should see them as your equals. Okay? You should not call them with the impression that you are less than them, that you are begging, like the way we pray in Christianity. When we pray, like we are trying to show that we are powerless. Christianity have told you that you are powerless, you are worthless. That is only by the grace of God that you are something. That abusive religion that have been abusing us for all time. We don't do like that in African spirituality. We talk to our ancestors. Okay? We see God in ourselves. That is why you have to have a good knowledge of African history. I tell people that you need to read your history. When you have a good knowledge of your history, you have this power. You have this self-confidence. That inferiority complex that they have been trying to create in you since you were a child is going to leave you. You start seeing yourself. You see the world in the eyes of an African. You start seeing the world in your own eyes, in your own image, in your own perspective. You start dealing with things in relation to you, not in relation to a third party or in relation to the white man before you come back to yourself. You start having a one-on-one interaction with the planet, with the elements, and with other people without a fear of any third party, of any kind of lie or whatsoever that is out there. So a good knowledge of your history is very, very important. I always tell people you cannot skip this step. You want to practice African spirituality, you need to know your history. I give people books to read. Many of them will say that they don't have time to read. They want to go straight to the action. They want to go straight into spirit communication. You are going to fail, and they always fail. The next thing they will say that this is not working because you are going in with fear. You are going in with superstitious belief. You are going in with a wrong viewpoint or a wrong perspective of what have already been indoctrinated into you to look at African spirituality in a cynical view, to see your ancestors as evil spirits. You need to wipe all those mentality from you to really practice this thing. So you need to actually find that time to read the history, which some of you are neglecting. So as far as you don't know your history, you will always have a problem in practicing African spirituality. You will always have issue of this fear of the unknown. Once you have the knowledge of the history, you know that there is no unknown anymore. In fact, the world should not be afraid of you. Okay? You now see yourself as a force of nature. When you have this kind of knowledge, you know that there's nothing to fear. So you go all in. This is the kind of people that I'm looking for. So you need to have a good foundation to eradicate that fear. You need to know your African history. I have said it several times on this channel, and I will keep saying it. You cannot overlook the first step, the first foundation step. You need to read African history. You need to study it. We have all the materials. They are out there. It is you that is not applying yourself. So you need to take out this fear first of all. Okay? Once you have taken out this fear, you find out that everything goes easy. It's just a way of life. You just live in harmony with the head and you live in harmony with the spirit, and everything works well for you. If something is not going right, it means that you are not doing something well, and it is easy to retrace your step and recalibrate. So this is what we do here. You need your ancestors to help you. You are their number one team player for being alive at this present time. You need to do your best. Some of them have done their best. This is not your time. The question is, what are you doing? What are the changes are you making? What impact are you making? What are you bringing to the table? Are you going to continue with this criminal tradition, with this fake spirit that is trying to impose himself on all of us? Or are you going to break that chain? Are you going to be effective to your generation? They say a man who is not better than his ancestors is a disgrace to his generation. Are you going to make an impact, or are you going to continue? Are you going to support and accept this white supremacy that have been destroying us for so long? The whole onus is on you now to make this decision. So you actually have to do some work. You cannot do this lying down. You cannot do it in a relaxed position. You have to fight. You have to move. Okay? You have to study. You have to apply yourself. Okay? All the resources, all the knowledge, everything that you will need, we already have that now for you. Okay? Once you have this, you have to remove that fear, and you have to start taking your destiny into your own hands. The ancestors are already there with you. They are waiting for you. They see things more than you because they are in another plane higher than you. So they see things in the future. They will always guide you in the right path. So you have nothing to fear. If in your path something happens that is not expected, it could either mean that it's not meant for you, or you are not actually doing things right. That's why that calamity happened. So you have to check, and it's easy to check why that kind of thing happened. Okay, but if you are living in harmony with the spirits, you don't have any issue. Most of us here, we don't have any issue with life. We don't have too much, but we always have enough to take care of our needs. Okay, that is how it is. So this is one thing you need to know. You should not be afraid of your spirits. They are you and you are them. You are their team player. Okay, so remove that thought from your mind of fear. There's nothing to fear here. Okay, even people that are killing people every day, they are not afraid. Not to talk of you that is living your own life peacefully and trying to do the best you can. So there's nothing to fear. This is not the movies where people die, or necessarily those trash movies that we watch on Hollywood. In real life, it is totally different. Somebody is trying to put this notion in your mind to cut you off put you from put you off from making contact with spirits. That is what somebody is trying to do. And that is what you need to know, okay? So with that being said, I hope that this knowledge is well received. Questions and comments are welcome. Once again, please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you'll be the first to get my videos. And I'll be seeing you in the next video. So take care and bye. Peace.